Hi, me again with Corel Draw tips and tricks. Didn't mean to make this. And this video's only been out an hour. And I made a comment that my lines weren't even thickness. Somebody's already asked, and I'm glad. I'm glad people asked. How do you make them even? Well, that's pretty easy, and I should have just done it. So I'm going to make a duplicate of that, move it down. And if you remember, my lines aren't on the outside, so I'm going to take the shift key and hold it down and make it bigger. And then I'm going to virtually segment delete the outside. And now what I'm going to do is, before I do anything, I'm going to put this line back up top. And I'm going to change my nudge factor to like a half an inch. And I'm going to grab that line and I'm going to nudge down, I'm going to say 3 times. Now I'm going to take that and make a duplicate and go right there, but I'm going to nudge it up 3 times. Now that doesn't look like it's equal, but it's going to be. Now what we need to do first is go ahead and change this to a thicker line, and we'll go 36 points like we did, and 36 points, and don't forget to convert them to an outline. I explained in part 1 or 2 why you want to do this. Now take this one, shift select that one. I've closed my Docker, but effects and blend, and we're going to blend them 6 times. Now, well, you know what? That isn't even. I thought that would kind of solve the problem. Well, it's might be even. Let's make more of them. See, in that way, it's kind of more even. So maybe that's the correct answer. And there's other things you could do. We could move this out of the way for, well, I don't like nudging a lot. Let's change our nudge factor to 20 inches and let's move this out of the way. And then you could group this together, Control G, and hit P, put it in the center of the page. And then hit P, put it in the center of the page. And see, that's not even going to be even, but you can nudge it up. You know, I think we want a half an inch up. So grab that and just kind of ballpark it. This one's never going to probably be even, but those ones were. So now we can take our Smart Fill tool. Let's use, you know what? I'm going to try black. Try to play around with it. So I'm going to group all this together so I can get rid of it in a second. Matter of fact, I'm going to make my lines red. Whoop, that didn't work. Don't really need to do that. Let's just change it. Well, you know what? Let's, here again, I got a leak. So that one line is not as thick. That's because I manipulated it. But if you grab that one line, see the shield is taking effect. Well, I've still got them in a group. Take this and just holding down the shift key so it'll grow from both sides. Now let's group it back. And I want to really see what this looks like in black. Well, you know what? We can all do them all in blue, just so we can see it. And then we're going to just move this out of the way. So now we can make it black. Well, let's try this. Let's try taking the interactive fill tool, black to black, but let's put white in the middle. I'm really curious how this is going to look against the dark background. Well, against a black background, it'll look kind of funny. But, you know, we could put a little white. Let's do this. Let's put a little white there, put another black. And that's why the attribute eyedropper is so cool and important, because we only have to do this one time. That looks pretty cool. Now, attribute eyedropper, take a sample. Oh, look, it's bringing it in. That might look pretty cool. Let's group this Control G. I don't think it's going to show up at all with a black background, but we could change it to a lesser black. Now that's a pretty cool effect. Well, let's change this to a red. Look at that. And it makes it really stand out. I'm not exactly in the center. But anyway, that way these are spaced out equally. Hope that answered his question, and thank you for watching.